Okay, come on. They're on the other side.
I am Ashley Gaskins, and I serve as the 2017-2018 Student Athlete Advisory Committee President. Today, we were able to train with the United States Marine Corps as we learned leadership and development along with discipline and hard work ethics.
So I want you to blast me back. We understand?
Yes.
Okay, that's not it. Do we understand?
Yes.
That's still not it. We understand?
Yes.
Now we're getting it. We understand that?
Yes.
Everywhere we go, speed and intensity. We understand?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I'd say the most challenging moment would be the relay obstacle course type thing where you had to pull your partner back and the bear crawl. I would say that was really challenging.
We're both from Washington, so the heat is not really very good for us. So it was really nice because our whole team came together and we all did all of the obstacle courses together and nobody got left behind. And anytime anyone was kind of stranded or struggling behind everybody, the whole team went by and helped them.
I think we learned to help
Keep our minds together.
Yeah, help each other out.
Yeah.
But definitely pushing a teammate when they're going down. Telling them they can do it, encouraging words.
We're only fast on the team, right?
No team's gonna make it without each other.
Yes, sir.
One thing I like about the Marines today and I learned was it's a lot of team stuff where everything is one cadence, one team, one everything like that. And that's something that I feel like our team should do this year.
The positive thing that I got out of this experience is learning how to respect authority, because when you didn't do what the Marines asked or when they were yelling at you and you got a little frazzled and didn't say the right thing, you had to run. And that's really good for sports because, there's a lot of times where your coach is yelling at you, you need to figure out what you need to be doing, and you don't have time to just think and try to do all these other things, you just have to do it.
We had some Marines come out and give their time, which we can't thank them enough for that. We had in-class seminars, and then unfortunately for us, we had some physical fitness tests too, and we found out that we're not in very good shape.
In addition to the physical activity, we partook in a leadership course, which basically underlined the importance of our ethics as student athletes and student leaders, along with how we translate that to the rest of our team.
You got 2 minutes.
Class really touched me because Adam here, we had an incident at a golf tournament last year. And what we were talking about is, would we sacrifice our teammate or would we sacrifice ourselves or will we go down together? Mainly my perspective.
Welcome to FSU Broncos Sports Network. Tonight will be the CIAA season opener for the Fayetteville State Broncos, and I will be one of your commentators, Jashawn Stewart Johnson, alongside former FSU coach and 2014 CIAA Coach of the Year, Alphonza Key. For the men's basketball matchup, the Broncos will be taking on the Chowan Hawks for the first game of tonight's doubleheader. The Broncos open conference play against the Hawks. The Broncos are 3-6 overall, and the Hawks are 4-5 overall. Coach Key, can you give us any key matchups or things to watch for as we open up the game?
Oh, no question. First and foremost, Chowan Braves, with their keys tonight for the game. Number one is to control and contain Josh Bryan. He's averaging 20 points a game, one of the most efficient scorers in the CIAA. So he's the head of the snake. Secondly, they want to execute against FSU's changing defenses. We like to change from zone to man, three-quarter court, full court. Exactly. We got to have that under control. As far as the Broncos, we want to make sure we disrupt their most in offense. The very ball movement, man movement, also guard our paint is a big part of what we do, and also make sure that we got attack and transition and finish.
Another thing I noticed was the fact that the top 5 leading scorers for Chowan are all guards, so Gilmore, Bryant, and Hodge will have their hands full with him.
It'll be a great evening, a great guard matchup.
For 150 years, Fayetteville State University has promoted educational excellence in North Carolina, the nation, and the world. Our legacy of excellence continues with our participation in the United Negro College Fund Career Pathways Initiative. Thanks to this project, faculty and staff are working together to implement integrated curricular and co-curricular experiences that will inspire and empower our students to define and control their futures.
Bronco Career Launch, forging a path to 21st century careers. Fayetteville State University is proud to be one of the 30 colleges selected as a planning grant awardee for the United Negro College Fund's New Career Pathways Initiative.
Career Services Everywhere serves as the overarching theme for the proposed campus culture change and will be the foundation of the program, creating more informed, career-minded students and expanding the institution's capacity to meet student needs.
The Career Pathways Planning Grant engages the community and creates pathways to successful 21st century careers.
Faculty Connections will allow FSU to fully engage faculty in the alignment of academics with the needs of the workforce. It will also place faculty at the core of building greater connective tissue between what is learned in the classroom and what is needed in the workforce.
To better prepare students to graduate career ready, learning in the real world builds on co-curricular experiences and strengthens FSU's development and implementation of the types of programs proven.
Hewett. At forward, a 6'9" senior.
I expect tonight to be a really exciting night and a fun night. This is the first of a doubleheader. The men's are first, then the women's. And I really expect it to be a great game. These teams, Fayetteville State comes in here averaging 76 points per game. Chowan averages 80. Both teams shoot around 47% from the field. One area that the Broncos will hope to continue being better than the Hawks in is the fact that they shoot better from the three. The Broncos shoot 36% from behind the arc. Chowan only shoots 29. So that's going to be something to watch for because, you know, the hotter team usually wins.
And overall, these are both very efficient offensive teams. Both one at 81, just beneath 80, shooting over 47%. So these are both offensive powerhouse teams. I know for FSU, they really want to make sure that they defend better. Their field goal percentage defense is not where Coach Spencer wants it. He likes it 40% or below. And like you said, it's an exciting night because it's the first CIAA conference game. We're all aware of that big time tournament coming real soon. So this is day one of that. So this is where the season really begins.
Yep. And the starters for Fayetteville State today is going to be Javen McNeil, Willie Gilmore, Josh Smith, Jordan Brown, and Josh Bryant. And as we said before, Josh Bryant is the leader of this Fayetteville State team, averaging around 20, 21 points per game. And then after him, we have Willie Gilmore, the E. Smith grad, averages around 15 points a game. He's a senior, and he didn't have such a good game. Last game, he only had 4 points against Lander University, so I expect for him to try to play better.
When you talk about just those two headed monsters with Bryant and Gilmore, and the good thing about both of those gentlemen, they're both from high schools in the area. E. Smith, great tradition, tremendous coaching.
And Josh Bryant is from 71st.
So they're local guys that are playing a lot, so it brings more excitement to Fayetteville, and hopefully bring more players from those programs. Brett Vincent is another veteran coach in Richmond, West Virginia, coached at Fairmont State. So he's a guy that has some composure, and the teams are well coached. You'll see a lot of ball movement and player movement, dribble handoffs, backdoor cuts. So Fayetteville State must be disciplined on defense without reaching and be patient. That's a great opening possession by Fayetteville State with the block.
Willie Gilmore is going to bring it up for Fayetteville State. Josh Bryant at the top of the key, another pass, and it's back to Gilmore.
The Chowan Hawks open up in a man-to-man defense.
And the clock is winding down here for Josh.
Got a high ball screen, a flat ball screen in the middle.
He's going to pull it.
Good shot.
Falls out of bounds. Possession remains to the Broncos.
And it will still be Broncos ball after Chowan touched it.
Coach Vincent opened up in man-to-man, but he also has a odd front zone in his repertoire as well. He'll go back and forth, sometimes a 1-3-1. So we'll see what he pulls out as the game of chess begins. All right, they switched the first ball screen. Chowan Hawks.
Gilmore's going to drive.
Oh, good shot.
He tried to draw the foul, but he made the shot, so we'll take that too. That's 2 points for Willie Gilmore, coming out aggressive.
I look forward to seeing how FSU adjusts the ball screen offense, because Chowan is switching all ball screens right now, so we can find an advantage on the perimeter or the post.
That wasn't a foul?
Well, CIAA play get a little more physical.
That sounded like a foul. And that was a travel on Travis Buchanan for Chowan, so it will be Broncos ball again.
Well, I know Coach Vince isn't happy. Start out within 2 minutes. You've had a block shot and you had and 2 turnovers. Legal screen.
Bronco foul on number 4, Josh Smith. That's
The
his
illegal
first
screen was on
team
Josh
first.
Smith, so it will be Chowan ball.
Both teams are tense and competing, but kind of ragged early. A couple turnovers.
Robert Grubbs is going to inbound it to Tim Hewett. Tim Hewett is definitely a player to watch for Chowan. He's averaging, he's the team leader. He's averaging about 16 per game.
And like you mentioned earlier, these are 2 perimeter-oriented basketball teams where both their strengths from scoring are from the outside. So it'll be an interesting matchup. Good action in the secondary break series. They have a double screen going on with ISO on the block.
McNeil with the strong move, and that's 2 points for McNeil.
Good patience by Fayetteville State, swinging the ball from side to side. Good things happen. ISO on the block while the defense being moved by a stagger screen.
Hewett gives Chowan their first 2 points.
Now they, at the same token, you saw Fayetteville State guard a ball screen. They did not switch and got hung up. And you saw Chowan switching, so that's going to be a big deal tonight. Who guards ball screens well?
Hawks foul on number 33, Dino Munovinovich. That's his first.
Demetrius
team
Sanders
first.
is going to check in for Chowan. Demetrius Sanders is the second leading scorer, and he's coming off the bench.
Into the game for the Hawks, number 2,
Bring some
Demetrius
firepower.
Sanders.
4-2 lead Broncos. Doing a good job of getting the ball inside.
And Jordan Brown turns it over. The red shirt freshman.
He's going to be a good player. Good size, good length.
Very
activity.
athletic, too.
Exactly.
Robert Grubbs hits the pretty 3.
That ball moves side to side for Chowan. Again, you'll see dribble handoffs, backdoor cuts, and ball screens. So got to be aware and alert with our closeouts and personnel. Now, 1-3-1 defense now. Kind of caught us off guard. One of our keys today was, can we handle the changing defenses? That's at both ends. Another ball screen. He goes under this time.
It's back to Tim Hewett.
A lot of ball movement, Chowan. Be disciplined.
And Demetrius Sanders, who
This is good for number 20, Travis.
sorry, that wasn't Demetrius Sanders. That was Travis Buchanan, and he got his own rebound and scored.
Did a good job on the first phase of defense, but all good possessions on defense in with the rebound. We didn't get it that time.
Josh Smith misses the 3 for us. Tim Hewett versus being guarded by Josh Bryant. That's definitely the matchup to watch. And this time, Hewett got the best of him.
Good timeout, Coach Spencer. Get him organized on the defensive end and get him organized.
We have a short timeout. So in the meantime, Fayetteville State Athletics competes every day with the support of its corporate sponsors. FSU Athletics is proud to partner with Coca-Cola, the FSU Foundation Incorporated, the National Guard, Holiday Inn, the 1000 Broncos, and Russell Athletics. Thank you for all that you do for Fayetteville State Athletics. Right now the score is 9-4 as we return from the timeout. The Hawks are up. Hewett and Grubbs have 4 and 3 respectively. We told you it was going to be a battle of the guards, and that's how it's starting out.
That last possession defensively, Chowan changed from their man-to-man to 1-3-1, so it's critical on both ends. Point guards aware of what's going on, and each possession is so critical. CIAA play, teams so evenly matched.
Denzel Haas checks in for the first time. He is the sharpshooter for the team. He can shoot from really anywhere in the gym.
And again, Chowan defensively, schematically, all ball screens, they are switching. So we have to figure out how do we take advantage of that switch on the big, on the small, or small on the big.
And the ball is stuck after the Haas 3.
Broncos, number 13, Ty McLean.
Might have been the first time I've ever seen that. Little pressure, 2-2.
This is the first time we've seen the press by Fayetteville State in this game.
They're trying to change, get some activity going, get guys moving a little bit. Sometimes get your body and your mind moving.
Ty McLean checked in for the Broncos. This is the first time we're seeing him today. He hasn't had much burn on the year. He does have 1 start. He had a pretty good game last game, so we'll see what he can do.
Guys still getting felt out, but it's a great job, Coach Spencer, by changing defenses right there to stop us a play.
Zaire Williams has also checked in. Last game, he had 9 points in 17 minutes. That was his first significant minutes of the year, but he made the most of it. So we're seeing him early today.
That's his first team.
Fayetteville State staff is still getting guys organized, but every time you play out there, still somewhat of an audition. So you always have an opportunity to gain time.
And we have a media timeout, so we'll be right back after a short commercial break.
Tickets from the Fayetteville State University ticket office. The week of basketball action will be played in the Bojangles Coliseum.
Crown jewel rooted in tradition, leadership, and community, the CIAA continues to educate and empower the future leaders of tomorrow through our commitment to academics, our support of the community, our enhancement of the student-athlete experience, and the engagement of our alumni and fans. A legacy that began over 100 years ago continues to impact the generations of today. We're all CIAA for life.
Students are proud to be at Fayetteville State University with a school of business that's ranked one of the best in the nation. FSU is proud to be the only school in our state to achieve top accreditation for its criminal justice program. And we're proud of our nursing majors with a 100% pass rate. All of our undergrad and graduate programs are offered in state-of-the-art facilities. Plus, students can study abroad and research in FSU's Center for Defense and Homeland Security. Visit our website and become a student who's proud to be at Fayetteville State University.
And we are back from the media timeout in the short commercial break.
9-4.
It is going to be Fayetteville State ball. Ty McLean is going to inbound it. He was looking for Hodge.
We call this almost like football special teams. You know, anytime it's a baseline out of bounds or side of the bounds, you want to score on those more than your opponent. So more than just getting the ball in bounds, try to score a bucket. That's good ball movement right there.
And Zaire Williams gets the foul, going to the free throw line.
Hawks foul on number 20, Travis Buchanan. That's his first, team third.
Zaire Williams got the foul on Travis Buchanan of the Hawks.
He's another good-looking freshman Fayetteville State has on the floor. These guys really look forward to watch those guys grow, but a lot of talent, a lot of youth, and the best way to learn is on the job.
Yes, sir. Zaire Williams has really great range, too, especially for a dude who's 6'8", 215. We saw him hit a 3 last game. That surprised me. He makes the second shot, so that's one. He went 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Hewett is going to bring it up, passes it to Grubbs, trying to break the press. Back to Grubbs from Sanders.
Good job, I think, Coach Spence, just kind of keeping those guys.
Ty McClain with the closeout. It wouldn't be enough. Grubbs hits the 3. He is now 2 of 2 from 3-point, from behind the arc.
Well, that'll fade, and that's a shooter that can test that. But the key is offensive rebounds and protecting layups. So we'll see as time goes on, the jump shot continue to fall.
And Josh Smith responded with the 3 of his own, and that was pretty deep. That was a deep 3.
Well, Fayetteville has some firepower on that perimeter, and as soon as they continue to solve that defensive issue, they'll be
Sanders with the drive, and it's going to be a foul on Zaire. It looked like he went straight up.
Number 11, Zaire Williams.
I thought he may have had position on that.
Team second. On the line, shooting 2 for the Hawks. Number 2,
defensive, letting know Coach Spencer wants those guys reacting earlier when that ball's being penetrated. Now we're waiting for the drive to get there early outside the lane. So more important in your effort, a lot of times, is your positioning with your effort.
And Sanders is going to go to the line. Misses his first one.
Substitution back into the game for the Hawks, number 33, Dino Minovich.
Now, Chowan University Hawks, they're a CIAA Division II institution. They were formerly a Division III, and they were a powerhouse junior college. One of their alumni is a guy named Nate McMillan, who's an NBA head coach.
Coaches the Pacers, right?
Exactly. He was a Chowan Hawk. Back then they called it Brave, and so it was a great tradition here at Chowan. Their head coach is a guy named Bob Burke. He was he won 400 games at Chowan. So this school is changed from D2 to D3.
That's a rich history.
JUCO. Exactly.
McClain is going to pass.
Basket's good for Jeremiah Pope.
And Jeremiah Pope is a freshman who made that shot.
Well, I like this three-quarter court pressure. It kind of morphs a little bit, 2-2-1, 1-1-3. And it has the guys excited, and conversely, it's turned offensively effectively, just from the defense.
Grubbs is going to take his third shot, and he is now 3 of 3 from deep. 3 of 3 from deep.
Well, we got to have a red light on him. Got to know he's a shooter. Got to make him a driver. Just can't come out with a hand up. You have to run him up the three-point line.
He averages 12 points a game, and he already has 9 here. Jeremiah Pope with the ball. Now it's Denzel Hodge.
They're switching that ball screen.
Drive kick.
Footwork.
Traveling.
And they called it a travel on Ty McClain.
Substitution into the game for the Broncos, number 30, Greg Joyner.
Greg Joyner enters the game for the first time.
Well, CIAA action like a heavyweight fight. Both teams are trying to fill each other out early.
A lot of passing. And he finally misses a 3.
Well, they don't make all of them. The key is giving one shot and locate the shooters. We call it closeout awareness. We're running out who's out regarding the shooter, make sure he's off the line.
Is there a such thing as getting too hot? Is there a such thing as that?
Well, I think if you're a shooter, you're fine. But if you're a guy that's not a shooter and you make a couple shots and you think you're better than you are, then that's a bad thing for the offense, good for the defense.
Ooh. That was a nice trip by Demetrius Sanders of Chowan. Now he's going to hit the 3 after getting his steal. He misses. Ooh.
You got to box out. That's what
Dino
really hurts you.
Minovich is a big man from Bosnia. He is 6'11", number 33. Ty McClain directing.
Good job. That middle's wide open. That's good execution.
Zaire Williams with a nice drive, a strong post move.
Great offense for Fayetteville State. Ball went side to side. I know that's a set they utilize against that zone offense to perfection.
The score is now 18-12. Hewett is going to pull it. Was that a 2 or a 3? They called it a 3 by Tim Hewett. Ty McClain. Ooh, that was a good look. Hewett is going to bring it up.
We want to make sure Fayetteville State, we're shooting the shots that we want. If we're a three-point shooter, but don't shoot the ball because of Chowan.
Hewett hits another 3. The score is now 24-14. Right now, Chowan is shooting 5 of 9 from behind the arc. Ooh. And that was blocked by Dino Muminovic.
The blockouts are good again. Good job by Coach Spence.
And a nice pass ahead by Jeremiah Pope with the dunk.
Well, that should get us going. We talked earlier about their offense, movement, ball movement, player movement, and all this movement, backdoor screens and dribble handoffs creates offensive 3 opportunities for Chowan.
And they've been making the most of their opportunities. Demetrius Sanders with the drive. Zaire Williams with the block, a pass ahead to Jeremiah Pope, and that's another dunk.
What we're seeing for Fayetteville State, there's a gap with Chowan. We can score in transition. They don't get back very well, so we got to guard them all defensively, but we can get out in transition. It's a big opportunity for us to score.
Media timeout.
And we have another media timeout. The score is 24-16, and we'll be right back after a short commercial break.
Fans, when it's time for a refreshment break.
1912 and has been a continuous champion for academic and athletic excellence for over a century. A crown jewel rooted in tradition, leadership, and community, the CIAA continues to educate and empower the future leaders of tomorrow through our commitment to academics, our support of the community, our enhancement of the student-athlete experience, and the engagement of our alumni and fans. A legacy that began over 100 years ago continues to impact the generations of today. We're all CIAA for life.
Students are proud to be at Fayetteville State University with a school of business that's ranked one of the best in the nation. FSU is proud to be the only school in our state to achieve
We are back from the commercial break. Again, the score is 24-16 with 8 minutes left.
And right now, the name of the game for Chowan, they're on fire from 3. 5 for 9 compared conversely to Fayetteville State, 1 of 6. So they win that 3-point battle.
We hope that the 2 dunks by Jeremiah Pope might be enough to start a run. Previous to that, Chowan was on a 11-4 run until the dunks broke it up. And as you know, dunks can energize a crowd and energize a team. Tim Hewett with the post. And he throws it away to Bryant. And that's a nice finish by Bryant.
This is where Fayetteville State flourishes offensively in transition, points off turnovers, and build a score. Josh Bryant creating offense by himself to the bucket.
And as you were saying with that, that's 6 consecutive fast break points.
Got to block out. And that's why rebounding is so key, because once you rebound, you're able to run, and that's a Fayetteville State. That's the strength of Fayetteville State. Play these guys at size that Chowan has can be negated with speed.
Josh Bryant drives, spins, puts it up. And Javen McNeil draws the foul. Interesting enough, those fast break points by Josh Bryant was his first points of the game. It comes almost 12 minutes into the game. I think that may have been the latest we've seen him score from a guy who's averages 21 points per game.
Well, but, it's a 40-minute game, and he's more than capable of exploding anytime. And I'm pretty sure at the end of the night he'll have what he needs to get. But one thing that created offensive rebounding opportunity for McNeil was the ability for Bryant again to attack the basket, draw help.
Technical foul has been assessed to the coach of the Hawks.
And we have a technical foul on the head coach of the Chowan Hawks. So Denzel Hosh will go to the line.
Well, with CIAA play, Coach Brett Vincent is a veteran coach, and I know him on a personal level, and he's pretty an even-keel guy. But CIAA action has started, conference play has begun, and they're all in it.
Hosh makes his first technical free throw.
Well, I got a referee and crew here that are veterans as well, so
Hosh
got a technical foul. And those guys are communicating. Mr. Covington Sr. and Dennis Boyd, good crew tonight. Good crew tonight, veteran crew. I always thought the key to being a great referee official was communication.
McNeil misses his first free throw.
Well, Coach Vincent is extremely upset. He's calmed down, but he still looks agitated. But as a coach, when you're getting it, a lot of times you're just protecting your team and fighting for your guys. That's the main reason you're talking to the refs to let those guys know, I got your back. 3-quarter pressure.
FSU is now on a 9-0 run.
And a great job by Coach Spencer changing defenses. I think since the press, guys a little more activated, and defensively has increased. Also offensively, they're more engaged.
And that was an open three.
That's 3.
For what number is that? For Brandon Mahan, number 3.
Well, this is an offensively efficient basketball team, Chowan, having 80 points a game.
Jordan Brown is going to draw the foul. Looks like it's on number 33, Dino Muminovic.
Number 33, Dino Muminovic. That's his third team.
A big guy like that, defensively, you want to go straight to him. You don't want to go around a shot blocker. Go to his chest and close the space, and that gives opportunity to shoot free throws effectively. You never want to go shy away from a shot blocker.
Brown makes his first free throw.
Into the game for the Hawks, number 2, Demetrius Sanders.
Muminovic is going to check out.
On the line for the Broncos, number 14, Jordan Brown.
That was his third foul, so we might not see him for a while.
Fayetteville State subs in
Broncos, number 15,
Jaquan Manning. He's another local guy. Played at Westover High School.
This is his first game,
player.
too.
Outstanding. So this is another Fayetteville flavor that Coach Spencer has brought into Fayetteville State. The crowd will love it. The community will love it. That's a great
addition.
Concept, no question, to get local guys.
Basket's good for Robert Grubbs.
He's a Division I transfer as well. Played at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, so brings some experience and some talent. Look forward to seeing him play this year. Got to watch those live passes against that 1-3-1. Good luck. I'll try to maybe dunk a little too far. Yeah.
He was trying to do a Blake Griffin.
Yes, Blake in the dunk contest. It's a jump shot, would have been fine.
And he threw it away. It looks like Denzel is going to get that first, draws the foul, and he gets the and one.
Playing with pace is Fayetteville State strength. With pace up and down, perimeter guys attacking, scoring in transition. So the more we play in pace, the more advantage we'll have tonight. Chowan wants to play a little slower, more methodical.
On the line, shooting +1 for the Broncos, number 10, Denzel Hosh.
So we'll see whose will manifests. Structure and discipline or discipline with pace. Now I'm looking at a Westover High School graduate and a 71st E. Smith on the floor at the same time. So Coach Spencer and his staff did a great job to incorporate local guys.
Definitely.
They all got great were coached very well in high school. All three were.
Tim Hewett is going to drive.
Another ball
nice
screen.
dribble move. And he now has
coverage.
Hewett now has 10 points. That's 2 players in double digits already for Chowan. And Demetrius Sanders comes up with the steal for Chowan. Ooh, Gilmore with the nice block, but Tim Hewett comes up with 2 points behind him.
Great block by Gilmore, but we need the rest of the Broncos to be sprinting back as well.
Posh is going to hit the 3. He didn't make it. It was a good look.
Balls out of bounds. Possession remains to the Broncos.
And it's going to be Broncos ball
Substitution into the game for the Broncos, number 4,
after
Josh
Buchanan
Smith.
stepped out.
And for the Hawks, number 5, Diamante Brown.
Josh Smith is coming in for Denzel Hosh.
Well, Coach Spencer has a good group to pull from on the perimeter with some depth. A lot of combo guys that could dribble, pass, and shoot. Excellent execution.
For Josh Bryant.
The score is now 33-28 with 5 minutes left in the first half. Buchanan comes up with the rebound.
That first phase, that defensive stance was excellent. They trapped the ball, made it to the quick shot. But again, to convert the possession, got to rebound the basketball.
Team third.
And we have a timeout for all the up-to-date information about Fayetteville State.
The CIAA was founded in 1912 and has been a continuous champion for academic and athletic excellence for over a century. A crown jewel rooted in tradition, leadership, and community, the CIAA continues to educate and empower the future leaders of tomorrow. Through our commitment to academics, our support of the community, our enhancement of the student-athlete experience, and the engagement of our alumni and fans. A legacy that began over 100 years ago continues to impact the generations of today. We're all CIAA for life.
At Fayetteville State University, there's something for everyone, from sports to art to live performances.
And we are back from a short commercial break. The score is 28-33 with Chowan up, but the Broncos have went on a run as of late to close what was a lead of 12 points to 5. So momentum is kind of favoring Fayetteville State here.
It's a big game for both teams. Obviously starting the CIAA for Fayetteville State. Chowan Hawks, they've lost a few in a row, so they want to get back on track. But some close games. Last game at Shaw, lost 87-80, and played a tough game after it played, so they want to get back on track. You know, they want to get off the losing streak, and at the same time, Fayetteville State's ready to do the same thing.
You always want to win at home.
On the line, shooting 2 for the Hawks, number 20, Travis Buchanan.
Travis Buchanan is at the line.
And you mentioned earlier, there's some size that Chowan has, a 6'9" forward, and Buchanan, and 33. Dino 6'11", so this is a pretty dynamic team.
Yes. Last game against Lander, we saw Fayetteville State kind of struggle against the two big men. They had two players that was 6'9", Lander did, and we kind of saw a struggle. I haven't really seen those struggles manifest here today. Why is that?
Well, because we're playing with pace, and once you stretch the floor and play with speed, it negates the size. It's not as effective. You're playing a half-court set, their size really starts to prevail.
Josh Smith misses the 3, but it was a good look.
But we have speed, and that's a strength as well, so it's either or. Whose will overcome. Constant backdoor movement. Chowan, dribble handoffs, 5-out spacing.
Manning with the closeout. And it's going to be Broncos ball. Bryant is going to bring it up. Nice spin, nice finish. Ooh, it looked like he may have got an and one on there, but not quite.
You asked about the size. I think a good job by Coach Spencer. He basically has 4 guards out there, so he went smaller. So again, it's whose strength will prevail, and I think it's difficult for Chowan to guard these guys, multifaceted guards, quick, athletic, can score. So as we talk about the size is a problem for Fayetteville State. Coach Spencer saying the same thing, guarding Fayetteville State.
You're absolutely right. We've already seen Dino. He's 6'11". We've seen him struggle, and that's why he's out of the game with 3 fouls already. So that's one way to neutralize length.
Well, it's a matter of perspective. We all have gifts personally and professionally. You know, if your gift is what you do, and right now our gift at Fayetteville State is to play with pace, play with speed, and we need to play more speed than they play with height.
Number 24, Ubi Portage.
The score is 30-35. Chowan is up. 4 minutes left.
Bronco foul on number 4, Josh Smith.
And there was a foul on Josh Smith.
With Josh Smith, a lot of cutting and spacing. With Chowan, you got to be on to move your feet, not your hands.
Brown with the drive. It's going to be Bryant's rebound, and he's going to bring it up.
This time, Chowan backed up in a 2-3 zone in transition.
Bryant passes it to Smith, and Smith missed a 3. It was another good look by Smith. His shot is just not falling for right now. Gilmore on Hewett.
Well, Coach Spencer's calling for a travel. Looked like he took too many steps, but I don't think the referees agreed.
Is going to be a foul instead.
Foul on number 3, Willie Gilmore. That's his first, team 5th.
Well, positive defensively tonight for Fayetteville State. There's 3 minutes left in the first half, and we've only accumulated 5 team fouls. So they're out the bonus. So we continue to keep them out the bonus, and we attack with Commerce. They have 8.
Hewett is going to bring it up. He's against Gilmore again.
And the high ball screen. Now we switch this time. And McNeil has the ability to stay in front of forwards.
Hewett misses. McNeil with the rebound.
Good pitch ahead. That's
Bryant with a nice, pretty finish. 2 points.
And we're playing with pace like that, it negates that size. So we're going to play in transition, rebound the ball, and go.
Bryant now has 6 points.
And I think that was a positive, again, adjustment by Coach Spencer, playing these 4 guards.
McNeil gets the rebound over UG Portic. UG Portic is another 6'9" player. He's from Serbia.
And he's their 6'9" post player.
That shot was too long. Hewett's going to bring it up. Back to Hewett. He's going to drive. Nice little step.
And Hewett's a very dynamic offensive player. It's a nice step over, going to the lane, avoiding the charge. That 1-3-1 is beneath the foul line where it's weak. We have good shooters, but I don't think that Coach Spencer wants just constant jump shots against us. He wants to kind of get in the paint and inside out. So, you know, it's a low percentage shot.
Our threes just haven't went down today. We're 1 of 8 from the three-point line, from behind the arc. But I really like the effort I see from McNeil. He's getting up there and he's battling with, you know, these bigger forwards of Chowan.
He's a high motor. He's a big plus for Fayetteville State's program. Plays much bigger than 6'5".
And that's an over-the-back call on UG Portage.
Hawks foul on number 24, Yugi Portage. That's his second, team 9th.
Well, that's why it's so critical to the team foul game. So just on that play right there, we have an opportunity to score 2 points without the clock moving. So it's a positive to have 19 fouls
On the line
against
shooting the
Chowan.
bonus for the Broncos,
Fayetteville State
number
only having
15,
4.
Juan Manning.
To close that gap from the foul line.
Manning misses the first of a 1-and-1, so it will be Chowan ball as they got the rebound.
A lot of times you miss the front end of a 1-on-1. It's parallel to a turnover. Good feet, good communication. Travel, good job.
And that will be a travel on Brown, so it will be back to Fayetteville State ball. Greg Joyner is going to inbound the ball.
And Manila again talking about what he adds to the team. Just a small stop like that. It won't be a stat, but it's a big winning play.
He's going to swing it all the way out to Josh Bryant. Bryant is going to drive. Another pretty finish.
Missed
Oh,
the
it looked
shot,
like it
but
was
it was a
going to
good
go in.
shot. That's the shot that you want.
That's a shot that I'm sure Coach Spencer doesn't mind. And it will be a Chowan timeout. For all the up-to-date information about Fayetteville State Athletics, visit the official FSU Athletics website at www.fsubroncos.com. Also, keep up with FSU Athletics on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at FSU-Broncos, as well as on Instagram at FSU_Broncos. And we are back from timeout. The score is 37-32 with 40 seconds left.
21 seconds on the shot clock, so this is a big possession for Chowan. They can extend this lead or vice versa. Fayetteville State get a stop and cut into the lead for momentum. Very important to close the half the right way.
This has been a good first half by the Broncos, in my opinion. Yes, they are down by 5, but Chowan has hit 60% from behind the arc. They only entered the game shooting 29%. So they got hot, but I haven't seen that type of firepower from them after the initial burst.
Well, that's one thing I know Coach Spencer can be excited about is a guy driving without a pass straight down the lane.
Brian is going to hold for the last possession. The score is 32-39. Haas drives, shoots the 3. Bryant.
Good shot.
Bryant gets the rebound and he hits it. It is 39-34 at halftime.
That could be a momentum play for the Broncos.
Correction, 34.
Hello, I am Ashley Gaskins, and I serve as the 2017-2018 Student Athlete Advisory Committee President. Today, we were able to train with the United States Marine Corps as we learned leadership and development along with discipline and hard work ethics.
So I want you to blast me back. We understand?
Yes.
Okay, that's not it. Do we understand?
Yes.
That's still not it. We understand?
Yes.
Now we're getting it. We understand that?
Yes.
Everywhere we go, speed and intensity. We understand?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir. I say the most challenging moment would be the relay obstacle course type thing where you had to pull your partner back and the bear crawls. I would say that was really challenging.
We're both from Washington, so the heat is not really very good for us. So it was really nice because our whole team came together and we all did all of the obstacle courses together. Nobody got left behind. And anytime anyone was kind of stranded or struggling behind everybody, the whole team went by and helped them.
I think we learned to help
our minds together
and help each other out. But definitely pushing a teammate when they're going down. Telling them they can do it, encouraging words. No team's gonna make it without each other.
One thing I like about the Marines today, and I learned, was it's a lot of team stuff where everything is one cadence, one team, one everything like that, and that's something that I feel like our team should do this year.
The positive thing that I got out of this experience is learning how to respect authority, because when you didn't do what the Marines asked, or when they were yelling at you and you got a little frazzled and didn't say the right thing, you had to run, and that's really good for sports because, you know, there's a lot of times where your coach is yelling at you, you need to figure out what you need to be doing, and you don't have time to just think and try to do all these other things, you just have to do it.
We had some Marines come out and give their time, which we can't thank them enough for that. We had in-class seminars, and then unfortunately for us, we had some physical fitness tests too, and we found out that we're not in very good shape.
In addition to the physical activity, we partook in a leadership course, which basically underlined the importance of our ethics as student athletes and student leaders, along with how we translate that to the rest of our team.
Class really touched me because Adam here, we had an incident at a golf tournament last year, and what we were talking about is, would we sacrifice our teammate, or will we sacrifice ourselves, or will we go down together? Mainly, my perspective on that I would go down with Adam, because Adam had an incident and I was a part of the team, and I would say, you know, I'm going to check on my teammate, I'll be back. Because his health is more important to me than anything else, along with each and every individual on the golf team as well. I put them before myself. I mean, we're brothers, so we gotta do what we gotta do.
Now, if you get tired, you can use your legs, get momentum.
How I can use it in the volleyball career is being a leader on the court and also off the court. If I know one of my teammates isn't doing the correct thing or following the rules, I can help be the leader and tell them to get right back on the right track.
I pretty much learned the same thing off the court, you know. Also, just making sure that you guys stick together in tough situations. I mean, whether it be on the court, off the court, school, anything like that. But as long as you guys stick together, you'll be able to get through it.
The most important thing that I learned today was to keep strong in my own morals, values, and ethics, because that is my foundation for my success. And if I know that I'm leading to a successful life, I can also lead others to a successful life.
We all have to make sure that we're doing what we need to do, and more importantly, holding ourselves and each other accountable.
My overall experience was actually very positive. I enjoyed the time that I had, being able to talk to the Marines, getting their perspective on discipline and what leadership really is, especially them coming from such a more hard-knocked background. It was very nice to see their perspective, and hopefully I will be able to translate that onto my own athletics team. And remember to always support Bronco athletics. Let's go FSU!
For 150 years, Fayetteville State University has promoted educational excellence in North Carolina, the nation, and the world. Our legacy of excellence continues with our participation in the United Negro College Fund Career Pathways Initiative. Thanks to this project, faculty and staff are working together to implement integrated curricular and co-curricular experiences that will inspire and empower our students to define and control their futures.
Bronco Career Launch, forging a path to 21st century careers. Fayetteville State University is proud to be one of the 30 colleges selected as a planning grant awardee for the United Negro College Fund's New Career Pathways Initiative.
Career Services Everywhere serves as the overarching theme for the proposed campus culture change and will be the foundation of the program, creating more informed, career-minded students and expanding the institution's capacity to meet student needs.
The Career Pathways Planning Grant engages the community and creates pathways to successful 21st century careers.
Faculty Connections will allow FSU to fully engage faculty in the alignment of academics with the needs of the workforce. It will also place faculty at the core of building greater connective tissue between what is learned in the classroom and what is needed in the workforce.
To better prepare students to graduate career ready, learning in the real world builds on co-curricular experiences and strengthens FSU's development and implementation of the types of programs proven to cultivate desirable, employable skills in students.
Employer pipelines serve to establish stronger connections between our Career Services Office and local and national employers. Acknowledging that it is critical to not only make connections with employers, employer pipelines will better ensure those relationships are cultivated and maintained so that there's a direct impact in increasing student career placement following graduation.
Research will be conducted to expand information gathering from alumni and employers to better understand the outcomes our graduates experience and their preparation perceived by employers.
I'm forging a path to 21st century careers. The Office of Alumni Affairs has identified more than 1,100 corporations via LinkedIn where FSU alumni are currently employed. We'll leverage this knowledge by using the identified corporations and our alumni to strengthen and increase our employer access and outreach efforts. To further capitalize on the number of Fayetteville State alumni networking on LinkedIn and to increase our online presence, FSU will establish a LinkedIn student group called Broncos Connect. This will enable students to connect directly with alumni. Once our students learn how to create LinkedIn profiles, this will maximize their networking opportunity with alumni and prospective employers.
I'm forging the path to 21st century careers.
I'm forging a 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 path to 21st century careers.
The Career Pathways Planning Grant engages the community and creates pathways to successful 21st century careers. We invite all members of the university family to join us as we forge a path that fosters collaboration and provides greater access to resources that fully integrate career preparedness into the academic and co-curricular experience from freshman year to first destination job placement. FSU will submit the...
Are you so crazy? Because I know I printed out a second. Okay, never mind. They're on the other side.
I am Ashley Gaskins, and I serve as the 2017-2018 Student Athlete Advisory Committee President. Today, we were able to train with the United States Marine Corps as we learned leadership and development along with discipline and hard work ethics.
So I want you to blast me back. We understand?
Yes.
Okay, that's not it. Do we understand?
Yes.
That's still not it. We understand?
Yes.
Now we're getting it. We understand that?
Yes.
Everywhere we go, speed and intensity. We understand?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir. I say the most challenging moment would be the relay obstacle course type thing where you had to pull your partner back and the bear crawls. I'm gonna say that was really challenging.
We're both from Washington, so the heat is not really very good for us. So it was really nice because our whole team came together and we all did all of the obstacle courses together and nobody got left behind. And anytime anyone was kind of stranded or striving behind everybody, the whole team went by and helped them.
I think we learned to help
our minds together.
Yeah. Help each other out.
Yeah.
But definitely pushing a teammate when they're going down. Telling them they can do it, encouraging words.
Right?
No team's gonna make it without each other.
One thing I like about the Marines today, and I learned, was it's a lot of team stuff where everything is one cadence, one team, one everything like that, and that's something that I feel like our team should do this year.
The positive thing that I got out of this experience is learning how to respect authority, because when you didn't do what the Marines asked or when they were yelling at you and you got a little frazzled and didn't say the right thing, you had to run, and that's really good for sports because, there's a lot of times where your coach is yelling at you You need to figure out what you need to be doing. You don't have time to just think and try to do all these other things. You just have to do it.
We had some Marines come out and give their time, which we can't thank them enough for that. We had in-class seminars, and then unfortunately for us, we had some physical fitness tests too, and we found out that we're not in very good shape.
In addition to the physical activity, we partook in a leadership course, which basically underlined the importance of our ethics as student athletes and student leaders, along with how we translate that to the rest of our team.
You got 2 minutes. Yes, sir.
Class really touched me because Adam here, we had an incident at a golf tournament last year. And what we were talking about is, would we sacrifice our teammate, or will we sacrifice ourselves, or will we go down together? Mainly my perspective.
Welcome to FSU Broncos.
This is a very important data point, as it is one of the data points that the University of North Carolina system uses to measure our institutional effectiveness. It is imperative that we continue this momentum by reaching out to our fellow alumni and asking them to give back to our alma mater. Let us not forget our motto, res non verba. We go forth letting all with whom we come in contact know what Fayetteville State University produces. Proud, accomplished alumni who own our place in the world and who accept the charge to make it better. Part of doing so is ensuring the continued viability of this institution. We are Broncos, and we lead with our deeds, not our words. I look forward to seeing each of you during our 150th
Back from the halftime break. My name is Sean, and alongside me as a commentator is former FSU coach and 2014 CIAA Coach of the Year, Alphonso Key. And the score is 39-34. The Broncos was down by almost 12 points. Well, by 12 points. And we came back, shortened the lead to 5. And just tell me what you saw in the first half that you liked from the Broncos, Coach Key.
Well, first I like when they were in transition, attacking, playing off steals and rebounding. And they started slow, but Coach did a great job, Spencer, of changing defenses and kind of got their legs moving and more energized. So it's going to be a battle of styles of play. Chowan Hawks, they have good size, 6'11", 6'9". They play a 1-3-1 zone, half court. They're extremely well, and the Broncos want to play faster. So I thought they had some poise as far as the Broncos. They were down a little bit and competed and came back. And one stat that I know that Coach Spencer wants to really work on is their three-point shooting. Got to find those guys. They're on fire. And 18 points in the first half by Tim Hewett. So it's going to be a big deal, a challenge to keep him under control.
Yes, sir. Last game, Tim Hewett almost had a triple-double. He had 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists, which is just a ridiculous amount. So he already has 18. He's on pace for 36. We can't let him score 36 if we want to win.
And understand that the 18 is so powerful because it's high percentage. He's 2 for 3 from the three-point line, 8 for 10. But guy has 18 points and has shot the ball 18 times. You kind of deal with that. But he's shooting 80% from the field and 2 for 3 from the three-point line. So we got to make him less efficient.
Definitely. On the flip side, Josh Bryant is leading the Fayetteville State Broncos with 10 points. He didn't score his first points until almost 12 minutes into the game, but he made sure to get his points. He was electric, and he was very vital to the comeback.
And you were talking earlier, you were kind of concerned about him starting out slow, but I had no at all doubt that he would come back. And like I said, he's at 10 now, right on track for 20.
Yes, if he does end up scoring more than 20 points, it will be his 7th game scoring over 20 points. And it would be 7 out of 9 games. That's a ridiculous amount. He averaged 12 points last year. So now Willie Gilmore is going to bring it up for the Broncos as they open up play in the second half.
Coach Vincent wants to stay in this 1-3-1 because one-on-one, when they weren't able to guard Fayetteville State, so they're hoping with the 1-3-1 zone, Fayetteville State to shoot jump shots and better opportunity to guard them. I'm pretty sure Coach Spencer wants the ball moved inside out and still want to stay aggressive.
Bryant.
Out of bounds. Possession goes
And
to
they
the
said it was out of bounds on Bryant, so it will be Hawks ball. I'm sure that's the type of possession that Coach Vincent for the Chowan Hawks would want for Fayetteville State.
Well, head coach Ray Broughton over there on the Fayetteville State sideline barking out some defensive calls. They're going to man. And man kind of makes you a little more accountable. That's your man, your area. Let's kind of step up and let's make a run.
Josh Bryant is going to bring it up after the rebound by Jordan Brown.
One of the few misses for Hewett. He's made almost everything tonight.
Ooh, pretty finish. A pretty finish by Bryant. And the score is now 39-35.
And again, as we talked before, playing in transition, playing fast for Fayetteville State, that's our advantage.
All right, let me ask you, Coach. At the beginning of the second half, Chowan made a switch. They started number 3, which is a guard, Brandon Mahan, over number 33, Dino. Why do you think they made that move?
Because when Coach Spencer went small, they weren't able to guard them. So adjustment by Coach Vincent saying we need to go small as well. So it's so the attention goes to height, but there's also an advantage. So he couldn't guard Fayetteville State, and with us big, so I go a little smaller. We maintain those guys out the paint.
Got you.
But it's a chess match. They're both good coaches, veteran guys. You know, Coach Spencer's done it for a long time. Down to high school in South Carolina. Winston State assistant
Grubbs
coach.
is going to shoot the 3. He misses. He hasn't been as hot after going 3 of 3 from behind the arc. Ooh. Bryant comes back up with it, and 2 more points for Josh Bryant. He now has 14 points.
At Chowan, when they're in half court, they can guard Fayetteville State more effectively, but on transition, Fayetteville State is attacking before they get set, and they can't keep Fayetteville State in front of them.
Grubbs makes it this time. He is now 4 of 7 from behind the arc with 14 points.
Grubbs and Hewett are 2 dynamic scorers, and that has to be the attention. We'll take those guys out the game, let other guys shoot the ball, try to beat us.
Brown draws the foul.
Good inside passing. In close proximity. Good set, but Coach Spencer calling it high-low for the duck game.
That's his second.
The score is now 42-38 as Brown goes to the line for the Broncos. Makes his first one.
And I talked earlier about Chowan, their history with basketball, going back to junior college at Diamond D1 JUCO. They also have former players. Fred Vincent is an NBA assistant coach for New Orleans Pelicans. So they produced some NBA coaches, NBA players, and at that time, those guys moved on to play at Division I, II, III universities. So it's nice. For me, I've seen all tiers of it. Now that Chowan Hawks in CIAA.
Ooh. Buchanan had an easy 2 points, probably an easy dunk, and he just fumbled it away. So it will be Broncos ball, 40-42.
It looked easy from the outset, but just being sped up by the press, it kind of gets people out of out of comfort zone. So you see a lot of those first presses, turnovers. That's why you press, make them uncomfortable.
The ball is back to Gilmore. He's going to swing it to Bryant. And we have a foul on
Hawks foul on number 3, Brandon Mahan.
The Hawks.
That's his first, team second.
You see Coach Spencer over there coaching and being intense because he's a former point guard, a good point guard. So he kind of sees the game a little different and trying to get his message across to Gilmore to kind of express his message.
Gilmore draws a foul on the pass from Bryant.
2-point game, 40-42. Chowan Hawks. So the game matriculates slowly but surely climbing back into it.
David McNeil on the line for 2.
Did I say Gilmore? I'm sorry, I meant McNeil. Makes his first one.
Substitution into the game for the Hawks.
We're here in beautiful Cable Arena. I know we're looking forward to one of those McNeil dunks. He's good for a highlight alley-oop or off the rim. He's truly a highlight film.
Dino Mumenovic is going to check in for the first time since he came out with 3 fouls halfway through the first half.
now they have the front court back to their original size at Chowan, 6'9", 6'11". So we'll see how effective they are against this athletic, quick, swarming defensive team by Fayetteville State.
Buchanan is going to get the rebound.
And that's what he does. That's why you play that length for guys to give you extra possessions, offensive rebounds. Big time block by McNeil.
Definitely.
Possession remains to the Hawks.
McNeil is averaging 7 points and 7 rebounds per game. His best game came against Valdosta State, where he gave us 19 points and 9 rebounds. He's had 1 double-double on the year and 2 more near double-doubles. And that wasn't a foul, so it's going to be Broncos ball after Buchanan misses it.
Well, it's only a foul when the ref calls it. I've known that for 17 years.
That is true. Bryant is going to drive, kick out to Smith. Back to Bryant. As time is winding down, drive. Ooh!
I like him.
It doesn't get any more prettier than that. And the score is now 43-42. Fayetteville State takes the lead. It's their first lead since 3 minutes into the first half.
And that's why you play for 40 minutes. They don't stop the game. The lead is not important until it's 0-0, so we're trying to compete and lead at the end.
Ooh, some nice dribbling, some nice handles.
Unforced turnover.
And that's going to be a hand. It's going to be a travel on Willie Gilmore.
You hear Coach Spencer on the side is really talking defensive principles. Defensive principles. Those are sustained. If you do those, they can come with you every game on the road, make or miss. So that's one thing you want to have. Every game is your defensive principles being
Grubbs
effective.
is driving, and he makes a floater. He now has 16 points. Gilmore is going to bring it up for the Broncos.
Well, they're definitely a scoring machine, that duo of Grubbs and Hewett. Great ball movement. And that's the three that Coach Spencer. That's the three that Coach Spencer. He would like that. Ball move side to side and ball movement execution compared to a quick shot 1 and 3.
Dino Muminovic draws a foul on Jordan Brown.
Foul on number 14, Jordan Brown. That's his first.
And we have a media timeout, so we'll be right back after a short commercial break.
At Fayetteville State University, there's something for everyone. From sports to art to live performances, we have it all. From our planetarium to our outstanding library, we offer engaging learning for all ages here in your community. Visit www.uncfsu.edu to learn more about the great fun you can have at Fayetteville State University. Then come for a visit. We can't wait to meet you.
As a football manager, SAC council member, and SGA executive secretary, I find comfort in knowing that anytime I need a ride to a certain destination, I can just call Broncos Safe Ride. I am KCJ, and I'm a Broncos Safe Rider.
And we are back again from the media timeout. It is tied 46-46.
And early on, we saw Coach Vincent Little perturbed about calls or two when he got a technical foul. And one thing Fayetteville State is doing, they are attacking the basket. And Chowan is shooting threes, so when you have different styles of play, when you attack the basket, you have a higher opportunity to get to the foul line. So it's maybe the rest, but more important, I think, style of play.
Do you believe that there is a such thing as a home bias? Should a coach expect for the home team to get more calls?
Well, I never got more home calls. I think you play a little better psychologically and you're more aggressive, but I don't think these referees matter where they're at.
Gotcha.
They do a good job. They're evaluated, they're looked at, so I think they have the highest integrity.
Got you. Gilmore is going to bring it up after Dino made both of his free throws. It's always nice when a big man can hit his free throws.
That's a great job that Fayetteville State's done all night, is not foul and keep guys off the free throw line.
Gilmore is going to put it up.
Another
and
great ball.
Hits it again.
And those threes are much more, it's a different style of three than a one-catch shot three. When the ball goes from side to side, change hands, change players, it's a different type of three.
Hewett tried to respond with the three of his own. He did not get it. So Broncos is up, and after the drive.
But I do understand where Coach Vince is coming from. The game, you still would like the foul count to be someone in the same proximity. And when you don't, you look up and get a little agitated. But again, we're watching Fayetteville State get the ball, go through the rim, cause contact, and you see Chowan shooting jump shots. Jump shots, you don't get fouled. Attacking the paint, you do.
Josh Bryant.
Brian is at the line. He is only shooting 57% from the stripe. So if there's one area where he might need to be better, it might be that.
Well, as I watched Brian, I think I saw his high school coach here, Coach Simmons, Dave Simmons. So that's a great job again by Fayetteville State staff to bring 71st, which is a great program, one of the players here, and hopefully encourage other players coming up to join the Broncos as well.
Misses his first one.
Substitution into the game for the Broncos, number 10, Denzel Hosh.
Denzel Hosh is going to come in for Jordan Brown.
As he improves his free throw shooting, that would take him to another level offensively. He's still awesome scoring the ball,
Makes
but
the second one.
add the free throw percentage, elevate that, he'll be an explosive scorer.
What do you think is a good percentage for a guard? Where would you want your starting guard to be at as far as free throw percentage?
Above 75 to 85.
Got you.
And also situational, when to make them when they really count. Closing game, second half.
The rebound. It was a good look by Brandon Mahan. He just didn't hit it.
Good job, stagger away. Clear the strong side.
Bryant hits the three. And with that shot, he now has 7 20-point games.
And you were concerned about him scoring him tonight. Yeah.
I was just a little worried. Just a little.
That's why they played 40 minutes.
I went from being concerned that he hasn't scored in the first 8 minutes of the game to now he might hit his season high. His season high is 27, and he already has 20.
Yeah, he's going to score the ball, and that's why Coach Spencer over there is constantly preaching defensive rotation, defensive ball screen, defense rebounding. So he knows the scoring will come, but defense is something that needs to be there every possession.
Into the game for the Broncos, number 11, Zaire Williams.
The score is 53-48,
and
McNeil is down.
Where hope is nothing major. He's a big part. You don't want to see any young man any type of pain or any type of injury. It's a short career. I didn't see what happened.
Me neither. Would it have been after Bryant hit the three?
Well, he's just an active player. Hopefully he'll be fine. He's a great staff here at Fayetteville State.
He's walking off. That's always a good sign.
So he's in good hands here. Well, a 5-point lead by the Broncos, a change of halves.
It seems like Zaire Williams is going to come in for McNeil. McNeil has 7 rebounds and 4 points so far in the game. Williams has 3 points and a rebound.
And outside of those points or those stats that McNeil has, he has great defensive coverage, some great energy, did a great job stopping the ball. So his intangibles are priceless.
And we knew coming into this game that the depth, big men depth, would be an issue for the Broncos with Tibbs out. So losing McNeil for any extended period of time would be a big blow.
Well, that's a great job Fayetteville State's doing. Just continue to adapt and adjust to situations.
Josh Smith is going to shoot it again. No good.
Hawks foul on number 33, Dino Muminovic.
And it's going to be
That's his fourth.
A fourth foul on Dino Muminovic.
It's a big foul for the Hawks.
So Denzel Hosh will inbound the ball for the Broncos. Back to Gilmore. Back to Hosh, back to Smith, back to Bryant.
Chowan's going to a 3-2 zone. Moves to a 2-3. So you must attack the zone regardless. You must get what you want. A lot of times zones that make guys passive and perimeter oriented. I know Coach wants the ball swung side to side and touch that paint before it takes a shot. We touched upon a little bit. This is the first game, 5:30 game for the guys.
Hewett is going to swing it, and he gets the dunk. Buchanan gets the dunk on Josh Smith.
And that's a different atmosphere for the guys that play first and ladies play second. That's a great job by administrative forces at Fayetteville State, letting ladies have prime time, and that's an awesome precedent that's setting here at Fayetteville State University for the CIAA.
That game is going to be good. The Fayetteville State women is 4-3. They're going to take on the 9-1 Chowan Hawks.
See Coach Jarmel Baxter on the sideline, really preaching defense.
Now it's an air ball to Gilmore. Gilmore with the layup. And we are going to have a timeout by Chowan. This might be a timeout that Chowan needs, as Fayetteville State is a 58-50.
30-second timeout.
And for the 30-second timeout, just so you know, you can be ahead of the game and purchase your 2018 CIAA basketball tournament tickets from the Fayetteville State University ticket office. The week of basketball action will be played in the Bojangles Coliseum and the Spectrum Center from February 27th to March 3rd. General admission tickets can be purchased for $200. Call 910-672-2108 or 910-672-1724 to purchase your tickets now.
Before that run, I was saying that Jarmel Baxter, Coach Baxter on staff at Fayetteville State, former player at Fayetteville State, was an excellent shooter and a great defender. So you see the personality of the staff and Coach Ray Broughton and Coach McCain. A big part of what these guys do here. They're defensively oriented, they're hard working. So I think to get momentum, they want defense starting the offense and early transition. That's going to pay dividends for Fayetteville State this last 10 minutes and 19 seconds to create runs with their defense.
What has Fayetteville State done differently in this second half to give them the 8-point lead?
Well, I know they've taken higher percentage shots, even the threes in the second half with ball movement. And again, I think their defense is creative. They're at their best when they're in transition. So when they get scored on, they can't run. So causing turnovers, defending and getting rebounds out the paint, and night is run they've had over the last few minutes.
Got you. In the last 5 minutes, FSU has went on a 15-6 run.
They're man-to-man.
Josh Bryant has 20 points. He's the leading scorer for the Broncos. Behind him is Josh Smith. Josh Smith is 4 of 8 from behind the arc with 12 points.
Coach Spencer and staff done a great job. Again, people understand when you lose a Will Tibbs, it kind of throws everything off, and so he's trying to get everything in sequence, new roles, and you see they're starting to get together. Inbound dunk.
Travis
Buchanan. A little miscue defensively, lack of communication.
One thing to note is that in the first 10 minutes of the second half, Tim Hewett has been held without a bucket, and you know he started 8 of 10 in the first half, and he has missed his first 2 shots of the second half. So that's a good job of adjusting by the guards of Fayetteville State to keep him in check.
And I'm pretty sure coaches challenge those guys at halftime. Who wants to step up and guard them?
Bronco foul on number 11 is Zaire Williams. That's his second.
And it was a foul on Zaire Williams.
Media timeout.
And we now have a media timeout. So we will be back after this commercial break.
At Fayetteville State University, there's something for everyone. From sports to art to live performances, we have it all. From our planetarium to our outstanding library, we offer engaging learning for all ages here in your community. Visit www.uncfsu.edu to learn more about the great fun you can have at Fayetteville State University. Then come for a visit. We can't wait to meet you. Considering college or wanting to finish your degree? Fayetteville State University is proud to be your smart choice for a high-quality education, nationally ranked degree programs, and an exciting, supportive environment. You will receive an exceptional education at an affordable price. A part of the world-class University of North Carolina system, FSU is an incredible value and a great investment in your future. Visit uncfsu.edu/admissions to arrange a campus tour. We can't wait to meet you.
The score is 58-52. The Broncos is up. In case you missed it, the Broncos went on a 17-6 run to take the lead with less than 10 minutes left in the second half and the game.
The most runs start with defense.
So Hewett is going to bring it up. He's been held in check for this second half.
They're a man-to-man. Broncos cause a turnover in the man-to-man. And offensively, I noticed earlier with the ball screen, Chowan is switching ball screens. So I'm curious to see if we take advantage of that mismatch. So when they switch, they'll have a big guy to be guarding a small guy, and that's something we got to take advantage of.
Manning is going to bring up the ball. And there's another whistle.
Bronco foul on number 11, Zaire Williams. That's his third.
And McNeil is going to check back in after being down. We saw him grimacing when he ran, so he might not be 100%, but he is fine, which is always good news.
The rule, if he's on the floor, he has to be fine. Has to be fine. But one thing we had to advance on in the first half that we're losing, the foul count is 4 to 4, so we want to make sure we're not fouling as we're making this run, keep Chowan off the line with perimeter shooters.
Hewett is going to throw it up, and he misses. Dino Muminovic is going to get the rebound over Josh Smith. One thing I would like to point out is that Fayetteville State is actually winning the rebounding margin as Josh Smith misses the 3.
And also Manning checked back in the game for the Broncos. He does a good job just thus far pitching the ball ahead. So when he gets acclimated, he's going to be a big addition to Fayetteville State.
Muminovic hits the 3, the 6'11" forward. When a forward that size has range like that, it opens up your offense.
Great job that time. Just talking of that, about the mismatch created. That was a great job by Josh Bryant. Chowan switched the ball screen, and we had a big on a small and went to the rim and created offense.
And McNeil ended up getting the rebound back to get the 2 points. And we've already seen his impact as he re-enters the game.
Javen McNeil, that's his second, team fifth. On the line shooting 2 for the
Hewett is going to go to the line.
Coach Spencer's over this saying he walked 10 times. So
he misses his first free throw. Hewett does.
Into the game for the
disagrees
Broncos,
with the call.
number 3, Willie Gilmore.
But as I was saying earlier, we are winning a rebounding battle 27-23, which is impressive considering the fact that our tallest player is 6'8", which is a 6'8" freshman, Zaire Williams. And as good as McNeil is, he's only 6'5", and he's been having a battle against 2 6'9" players and another 6'11" forward.
But
so it's always good.
Exactly, but most newsflash, most rebounds are actually received beneath the rim. So the key to rebounding more than size is number 1, energy, effort, desire, and blocking out. Because once a good block out, it negates a guy from jumping. So it's a combination, doing all the small things.
McNeil with the nice, not McNeil, I'm sorry. Gilmore with the nice drive, but he couldn't get the ball to go down, so it'll be Hawks' ball as they went out of bounds.
Really like this pressure that Coach Spencer called mid-first half. It kind of changed the complexity of the game. Now they're in their man-to-man.
The score is 60-58. Hewett puts it up, and it is now 60-60. He has scored the last 3 points after being held scoreless to tie up the game here.
Well, this is exactly what I thought it would be. 2 CIAA teams, 2 good coaches. A close-knit game. Tie ball game here at Cape Arena. 7-12 left to go.
30-second timeout.
We have a 30-second timeout. And for the 30-second timeout, the National Guard is a proud sponsor of Fayetteville State Athletics, always ready, always there. The National Guard continues its historic dual mission, providing trained units to the states, territories, and the District of Columbia, and keeping itself equipped to protect life and property. The Guard also provides trained units to the nation, equipped and ready to defend the United States and its interests all over the globe. Visit www.nationalguard.com for more information on the National Guard. And that will be the end of the 30-second timeout.
Well, it's fascinating to watch the runs change and how it ebbs and flows. Up 5, down 2. 40 minutes of composure, 40 minutes of confidence, and 40 minutes of execution.
Definitely. Hosh is going to inbound the ball to Manning. Manning does not have any points yet in the game.
Yeah, he's just getting acclimated. Believe you me, before his career ends, he'll have some points and some baskets. And coach is really just acclimating these young men. Will is out, Tibbs, and guys coming in. So coach is doing a great job of just juggling these pieces and making them mesh.
His first, team 6. To the game for the Broncos, number 4, Josh Smith. Also back in for the Broncos, number 14, Jordan Brown.
Hewett is going to bring it up.
Ball screen.
Hewett is going to put up another 3. Misses. Bryant with the rebound. Ooh. And is that a charge? They called it a charge.
Offensive foul on number 20, Josh Bryant.
Minovic drew the charge on Josh Bryant. The crowd does not like that call at all. Neither does Coach Spencer.
Six minutes left in the game here, 60-60 tie. And Cape Arena now it's about winning time. Good shots, rebound the ball, execution.
And that is a air ball. Who is it out of?
Possession remains.
It is off of Josh Smith, so it will be the Hawks ball still. And that was Demetrius Sanders with the air ball. Demetrius Sanders is a guard who's been held in check so far in the game. As Grubbs miss. as Grubbs missed the three-pointers. Sanders only has 1 point. He came into the game averaging 14 while shooting 56% from the field. So that's a good job on Gilmore, Hosh, and Smith and Bryant, the guards at Fayetteville State, of holding him in check.
Exactly. And then starting out on fire was Hewett, as well as Grubbs, and that's why, you continue to do things they control, defense and rebounding, because offense is unpredictable. It just ebbs and flows up and down.
Minovich with the easy 2 points. The score is now, Chowan takes back the lead with that. So it's 62-60 with less than 6 minutes left to go. Looks like this is going to be a nail biter as they scram.
Timeout taken by the Hawks.
Josh Bryant loses the ball. Hewett comes up with it, and they call a timeout. So it is still Hawks ball. And we have a timeout. The FSU Athletic Club is a membership-driven organization with added fundraising activities throughout the year to support and help fund all athletic programs at the university. As a member, you are eligible for priority access for game tickets and reserved seatings for all home football and basketball games. To find out more information, visit the club page at fsuathleticclub.com.
But one key observation I'm looking at right now with 5 minutes left in the game is the bonus count. It's kind of reversed. First half, the Broncos have 17 fouls, while Chowan has 4. So anytime you hit 7, you get 1 and 1. So that's going to be critical in a close ball game.
Definitely. And Minovich has came into the second half, and he's actually been doing pretty well since he's checked in. Chowan is on a 12-2 run, and in that 12-2 run, Minovich has 7 points. So he's been kind of a catalyst as Hewett has been making sure to feed him. Is that a foul or is it out of bounds?
I think they called a foul, and that leads into a 1-and-1 as we just discussed. So now you get a chance to score without the clock moving.
That was a foul. So Hewett is going to go to the line. Hewett is shooting 88% from the free throw line as he makes the first of a 1-and-1.
So all these things really start to come to play a big factor. Coaches do not like fouling because it negates effort.
If they're going to score, you want them to actually work for it, right?
Earn it, exactly. Exactly.
Josh Bryant at the top, passes it to Smith. Smith is going to pull it, misses.
Does a good job by Chowan on that stagger screen to show a little bit and make him shoot a little further out than I think he wanted to.
Yes. Smith does have 12 points for the game. All his shots have come from behind the arc. He's 4 of 10, so he's shooting 40%. His previous season high was only 9 points. He had 9 points against Lander in 18 minutes. He's averaging 6 per game. This has been a good game for Smith.
Yes, the guys are coming together. It's basically a new season. You got the preseason, the pre-conference season. Now we're in conference play, so this is one of the focal points of the preparation of the coaching staff at Fayetteville State and the players.
Definitely.
Substitution into the game for the Broncos, number 10, Denzel Hosh.
Denzel Hosh is going to check in for Jordan Brown.
That was a side isolation ball screen. We had problems covering that. The guy did show when he turned the corner, and pocket pass allowed us. We got to make sure we cover the side screen and roll with unity.
Brian is going to inbound to Gilmore. The score is 65-60. As the time is winding down, we have less than 5 minutes in the second half. McNeil misses the hook shot.
It's a good shot, though. It's a shot inside out. It's a good shot. He's got to make it. Coach will live with that. Playing behind the post.
McNeil with great shot defense on Buchanan. Gilmore's bringing it up the court.
Want to stay aggressive. Still concerned about only 4 team fouls.
Bryant's with the drive. Hewett has the reach-in foul, and they're going to call it a continuation. So that continuation is going to give
On
2
foul
points for
number
the
4,
Broncos.
Tim Hewett. That's his first.
That bucket right there is hopefully is going to stop what was a 15-2 run by the Hawks.
A great decision on Josh Bryant to get to the lane, so we're getting closer to bonus.
And we have a media timeout, so we will be right back after a short commercial break as the score is 65-62.
The CIAA was founded in 1912 and has been a continuous champion for academic and athletic excellence for over a century. A crown jewel rooted in tradition, leadership, and community, the CIAA continues to educate and empower the future leaders of tomorrow. Through our commitment to academics, our support of the community, our enhancement of the student-athlete experience, and the engagement of our alumni and fans. A legacy that began over 100 years ago continues to impact the generations of today. We're all CIAA for life.
At Fayetteville State University, there's something for everyone. From sports to art to live performances, we have it all. From our planetarium to our outstanding library, we offer engaging learning for all ages here in your community. Visit www.uncfsu.edu to learn more about the great fun you can have at Fayetteville State University. Then come for a visit. We can't wait to meet you.
you know, so it's just manageable, but it's a big deal to be on schedule and have these guys in a rhythm.
Definitely. Denzel Hush at the top of the key. Josh Smith, he wanted to shoot it. Josh Bryant is going to shoot it instead. It's an air ball. That was a nice contest by Chowan.
But that being said, you want to get a good shot. So they got half the battle.
That was a nice press.
Good job. It's about 18 seconds on the shot clock. Great job by Fayetteville State to run some clock down, but you don't want to foul.
Well, would you rather a foul or an easy bucket there? Because it looked like Buchanan was about to try to stuff it.
Well, I hear Coach Spencer over there talking. I think I'd rather those guys be in the right position so it wouldn't even open up. I think they were kind of out of sorts. Whatever defense that Coach Spencer called, McNeil was kind of out the way. But you want to be solid, just like on offense, you got to be in the right place on defense. You want to keep guys in front of you, get stops, at the same time run some clock.
True. So Buchanan misses his first free throw. Well, his second free throw. He is 5 of 7 at the line.
So all these games kind of run into each other, even the ones that win and lose.
And he misses his second free throw, but Muminovic is going to get the offensive rebound. And it is 70-69 now.
Like I was stating earlier, just the last game we were here, and we took a loss, but even those last few minutes you can learn. So let's see, can we learn from our last game out when we lose and kind of close the game the right way?
Definitely. Gilmore with the shot fake, the scoop shot, and he draws the foul. And I think that's Muminovic's 5th. Oh, no, it wasn't on Muminovic. It was on Robert Grubbs, so that's his 4th. Both Grubbs and Muminovic has 4 fouls.
Correction, team 8. That Gilmore, I thought that was a great decision, time and score. A minute left in the game. He could have shot that three-pointer and bailed out, but just going to the lane allows you 2 options. One, to get a foul and to score the bucket. So great decision by upperclassman point guard.
Definitely. Gilmore hits his first free throw. He's only shooting 63% in the season. This is his first free throw. This is his first trip to the line in the game. Makes his second. Those are clutch shots.
Exactly. I think situational free throw shooting is as critical as overall free throw shooting.
And the senior's playing good defense. And it's a charge on Hewett. And you talk about situational awareness. That's as great as a 2-possession as you are going to get from a senior, which is Gilmore.
Well, the referees are huddling up and making sure that they're all in unison with the right call. He called the foul.
So they reversed their decision.
Well, not necessarily reversed. I think there was 3 eyes on it. One had a better angle. And the lead official, Mr.
Coach Spencer is not happy, though, with that decision.
We're never happy with any call against us. They're all wrong.
Especially when it's reversed.
It could be forward, reverse, backwards. If it's against us, we're not going to be happy.
So it is 72-69 as Hewett goes to the line. He has 23 points tonight. Makes his first free throw. 46 seconds left in the game.
Hewett is an impressive-looking player. He's versatile, has some size, can score 3 levels from the perimeter, from 3, and around the paint. So it's going to be fun to watch. You see him again in the tournament.
So Gilmore is going to bring it up. 72-71. They're going to hold. Wear out the clock.
15 seconds or so. So on one end we can score, on the other end Chowan get a stop, has opportunity to come back and score as well.
Gilmore driving, kicks.
Quality shot in the game.
Denzel dribbling. Another kick out. Gilmore is going to shoot it. Ooh, you talk about high energy.
Big time hustle, winning play, McNeil.
Definitely.
Won't get a stat for it, won't get a point, but dove over the entire Fayetteville State bench to save that ball. That could be the play of the game.
Definitely, and it's amazing considering that earlier he was on the floor, he was hurt, and he's still kind of laboring, but it doesn't matter. He has a double-double tonight. He has 10 points, 11 rebounds. That's his second double-double. and he has been a force here in the second half.
Well, I know they have a good program here. Coach Ray Broughton over there is a former military, retired, so they really believe in toughness. I know they're excited about that. They're definitely preaching that. Mind over matter.
Definitely. So it is a timeout.
The women will tip at 5:30 p.m. and the men tip around 7.
You can support Fayetteville State University from your mobile devices. Text FSU to 41444 to make a donation. And you can text FSU info to 51555 to update your information. We have 10.2 seconds left in the game. The Broncos will be shooting at the free throw line. It is 72-71 at the moment. This is the game that's going to go down to the wire, because even if we hit both our free throws, Chowan is going to have a chance to tie it up with the three. They are shooting. They cooled down in the second half. They were shooting, a pretty good percentage. They're only shooting 38% for the game so far. But you can bet that either Grubbs or Hewett is going to get the last possession.
And then along with that, during the timeouts, both coaches are talking about every scenario. If he makes from Fayetteville State, if he makes one, with defense win. If he makes two, what are we in, and vice versa. Chowan, 1 point game, 2 point game, 3 point game, and your defense. So they're getting 2 plays at one right now on both sides. Offensively, what they do, and so it's a lot of focus going on behind the scenes, a lot of concentration, a lot of things that happen in 10 seconds.
Definitely.
And I'm excited to watch the last time we played, these guys came on the wrong side of the score, Fayetteville State, but you saw them growing, these youth guys, and Coach Spencer talks about basically every other year. So it's exciting to see these guys really matriculate in front of our eyes.
Yep. Gilmore is going to shoot 2. Misses. He misses it. Hewett is going to
stop. You got to get a stop. Keep him in front. Keep him in front. Outstanding.
And he misses it. That will be a win. A Bronco win, 72-71. That was great defense by, who was guarding that? Denzel?
I think everybody was.
True. Either way, that's a great defensive possession, and we have a win.
Great game. Both teams played well. 72-71. 1-0 in the CIAA for Fayetteville State.
We want to thank everyone who's watching at home for tuning in to FSU Broncos Sports Network. Congrats to the Fayetteville State men. Next up, we have the women's as the second of a doubleheader, so stay tuned. Don't switch to something else on YouTube. It's been a pleasure commentating with Coach Key here.
Well, we expect this growth we talked about previous weeks getting better. Now we lost last game. That was just a 1-point win, and Coach Spencer doing a great job building these young men. Anytime you get a win in CIAA, it's a tough league to get a win in. So they want to know at home, and looking forward to build on this.
Definitely. Just a little stats at the end of the game. Josh Bryant led with 26 points. He also had 6 rebounds. Josh Smith had 12 points. McNeil, of course, had the double-double. He had 10 points and 11 rebounds. On the other side, Chowan had 4 players in double digits, led by Tim Hewett. Tim Hewett had 25 points, but of course he missed the last shot, which would have won the game for them.
Coach Spencer, first, congratulations. Want to know in the CIAA, great win in league, and you've been preparing all pre-conference to be at your best now. So, Coach, just give me some comments overall of the win and the progression from last time you and I talked.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, our guys came out, especially in the second half. In the first half, I didn't think we came out with the energy that we needed to come out with at home. But I tell you what, they came out the second half. We switched defenses. We kind of got out of that zone. Chowan's a well-coached basketball team, and their coach was doing, their team was doing a good job of moving that basketball against our zone and getting some open looks. So we had to switch up a little bit and go man and start to guard. And then went 4 guards on them as well, because even though they have a 6'11" guy, he's not really a post player. He's more of a perimeter guy. So we were able to stay on him and then do some switching and that kind of thing defensively, and I think that helped us.
Well, I definitely saw the coaching change. That was impressive. You went small as well, and you made them play your game. We're in transition. We're a very good basketball team. That's why it's so important to rebound. But I thought the last 4 minutes of the game in closing time, I thought you guys were outstanding as far as execution with these young guys. Talk about that, the closing part of the game.
Well, that was huge for us, and I think that Willie Gilmore played a big part in that, because he was able to settle us down and get us into some offense.
Yes.
And because at one point, when we took the lead, we kind of got into some hero ball and started guys started trying to do it themselves.
Exactly.
And started running the offense and making their defense have to play. And he got us into some plays and some offensive guys, and we were able to get them moving defensively. And then that's when you're able to attack them, when you got them on the move, on bad closeouts and things of that nature. So we were able to execute down the stretch. Javen McNeil was huge on the boards and some big hustle plays, man. So I think he had a double-double tonight, which is big.
Well, we talked about it last time we sat here. I said, Coach, what was the positive? You talked about that. This is the growth situation. I'm looking out there, Coach. I'm seeing 3 or 4 guys, freshmen, sophomores. You got a great hometown support. I saw a Westover graduate come out there. Jaquan. You're seeing Gilmore, E. Smith, as well as Josh Bryant for 71st. So just kind of talk about that hometown flavor you guys have with Fayetteville State.
Yeah, that local flavor is really helping us, and Josh Smith as well. He's from Fayetteville as well. So we got a bunch of guys here, man, with that local flavor, because we have a lot of talent right here in Fayetteville, man. And that, hopefully we can get some of those guys to stay at home and come and be Broncos and help us to achieve trying to win a CIAA championship.
Well, Coach, I know you're a workaholic. You're about to go watch some tape. You got another one on Saturday. Look forward to seeing you then. Congratulations, and look forward to see you on Saturday.
It definitely don't get any easier. Virginia State's coming in here undefeated. They just beat, I think, the number 12 team in the country, and they're ranked maybe 13th or 14th themselves. So, that's just the way it is in the CIAA, night in and night out. You're going to have wars.
Well, you got them on the right track, Coach. Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening, and look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right.
Signing off here for the men's game, Fonzie Key with Coach Spencer.